Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Emily Gear. I'm a multi-dimensional channel and transformative energy healer. Back with your weekly energy update. For anybody who knew that I was sick, I'm feeling much better. I'm still a little bit sick, so please pardon any coughing, sneezing. That's gonna happen. I'm sorry. I hope all of you guys have been doing well. Now, today is Sunday, the June 9th, and yesterday, June 8th, I think was a very challenging day for a lot of people, including myself. A lot of grief came up, a lot of old issues came up. I feel like a totally new person today, so I hope that you are also having that experience, but I do want to let you know that if you are moving through really difficult, depressive feelings or grief, stuff like that. First of all, there's no shame in asking for help and telling people about it. But second of all, that you may not be alone, particularly if it has come about through no outside circumstances. If something has happened in your life and that's how you feel, then that might be what's going on, and obviously you need to take the time to feel those feelings and move through them, not stuff them down, but actually allow them to pass through you. And the same thing is true if they just came up out of nowhere, and that happened to a lot of people yesterday. So do know that you're not alone if that is the case, okay? We're going to look into the energy of this coming week, which begins today, June 9th. I also want to mention that my channel turns 1 year old on June 12th, so that will be during this week. And I am just a few subscribers away from 1,000. And as you may or may not know, a lot of different features for the channel turn on once you hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. I would be so grateful and totally pumped if we were to cross 1,000 viewers by the channel's birthday on June 12th, okay? It will also help if you happen to share this video and any of your friends decide to follow as well. So thank you for any sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting that you've been doing. I really appreciate all of you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and ask Source Creator to provide divine wisdom regarding the energies that are coming in this week, what we're going to be dealing with, what we need to be prepared for, what will be changing, what will be upgrading, any information like that. Okay. Okay, we did get a timing card here, so that's interesting. All right, so what I've got coming up here is the four. We got a ton of cards that just popped, so we're going to go through it. The Four of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Magician, the Four of Cups, and this timing card, which I don't really, I can't think off the top of my head what, I think this is the waxing crescent, or is this the waning crescent? I'll have to look that up. Okay. So, I feel that I pulled this card last week on a different read, a private read, and I feel that it represented the 18th or 19th of June. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm not going to look up exactly what this is. So something significant may be happening by or on the 18th or 19th of June. It wouldn't be that. It would not be that. Because the full moon is on the 17th, I think. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to look up moon phases, because now this is going to bug me. I'm still getting used to this deck. Images. Feel free to fast forward through this part if I'm driving you crazy. June. Actually, it appears that it does represent the 18th or 19th of June. So I should have gone with my original thought. In any case, what I'm seeing here is that there has been a lot of mental restriction, a lot of fear surrounding some kind of stability in your life, or possibly a situation in a home, with this Eight of Swords next to the Four of Wands. So you might be dealing with a person moving in, a person moving out, a relationship sort of splitting up or coming together, a marriage happening. Any of those things might be causing some kind of, it could even be a moving house, or temporary or permanent. I'm just definitely feeling like there's some fear, mental restriction that is coming up surrounding this. There is going to be movement on it, whatever it is. And it's going to be, if you allow it, if you can release your energy to allow this to take place, whatever it is that's in your highest and best good, it will slowly but surely move forward, with the Two of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles here. So that is steps forward, but it might be baby steps. It might be sort of under the radar. It might be kind of slow. It is going to bring you toward whatever it is in your highest and best good. So whether this is a new relationship, a new job, a new home, a new situation, whatever it is, these sort of, you're moving in the direction of your fulfillment. And this is, I feel like this always shows when your energy is matching this other energy. So if you're going at this with the energy of moving toward what fulfills you, because we're talking about cups, what is emotionally fulfilling, then these baby steps are going to be in that direction, okay? We are talking a little bit about mental fear. So do be aware that if you're holding like this energy of fear within you, then you're going to attract back something that mirrors that fear, okay? So it's important to really be aware, hold awareness of what your feelings are, because you're attracting back in all those same feelings, okay? Or people holding those feelings, or situations that are going to support that feeling. And you want it to be that feeling of love and contentment and bliss, right? You don't want it to be fear, mental restriction, discontentment, anything that is creating that negative vibration. So this to me is telling me that we need to allow it to flow, and that even small steps forward are positive, and we should allow them at this time. And also recognize them. Like, you don't, so some of you feel like you need to make these huge jumps forward at once. Like, you want to go from not talking to somebody to being engaged to them within the next day. Okay, it doesn't need to be like that. It probably won't be like that. So allow the smaller steps forward. Just know that things move forward things move forward at their own pace in divine timing. So to allow the plodding forward is absolutely fine and acceptable. This is going to allow you to take the time to become accustomed to a new vibrational signature. is what they're saying right now. It's going to allow you to be ready for what's coming in. So allow it to come in on its divine time. That is perfect because the next card is the Magician. So it's like, it's coming whether you want it, whether you like it or not, right? Whatever it is this sort of change, or yeah, it's either a stabilizing or a destabilizing. I know that's not very helpful, but it's whatever it is, you're a little concerned about the change that's coming in. And this is saying don't try to manipulate it, that putting your own input into the situation, entering your own energy into it and trying to control it is actually going to create a situation that you might not have anticipated, you might not have been wanting. What you want to do is allow Source and the universe to perfectly put together in the correct timing the situation that you truly desire, which truly matches up with your resonance, which truly matches your desires, what you want to see fulfilled in your life. And that desire is a higher desire. It's not always like, in the forefront of your conscious mind. It might be, and there's pointing back to the black horse here, it might be a subconscious need, desire, or contract put into play before you entered this lifetime, and that it's moving forward, and you don't want to interfere with the process by trying to force something to happen or trying to take control of it. They're saying that right now is all about releasing some of this control and allowing the energies. There's new energy that's coming in. They're showing me like bursting through something. It's almost like either it's bursting through the atmosphere or bursting into this dimension, whatever it is, it's bursting through, and it's new energy. And it's got to have time to infiltrate all of the parts of our lives, whether that's into our physical bodies or into the various aspects of physical life, whether that's into the emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental aspects of our being. I'm told that this energy that has come in or is coming in and pushing through that boundary, that it is capable of crossing all dimensions. And so to me, this feels like another type of paradigm shift in which we can expect upgrades, and we can expect a stabilizing of whatever situation has been causing us fear and creating the situation where we are afraid to move forward. It's going to bring that into some balance. I just told a client earlier, like when I read cards, I will read through them a number of times, because as I scan them, I'll get a different story for the same sets of cards over and over again. So that's what's happening here. If you're like, you just said that means blah, 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 I'm actually reading different stories out of the same set of cards. So the message here is about releasing control, allowing the flow of this energy to come in and strip away the fear that you've been holding about a home or stabilizing situation. So this is going to be about a home. This is going to be about a family, a job, a career, something that creates stability and joy in your life. And this is going to be about bringing you to what is truly creating stability and joy in your life. It doesn't mean you're in the wrong place now. In fact, everyone is exactly where they need to be. So know that. Know that you have not made any wrong choices, okay? You're exactly where you need to be. And so release that fear of making a wrong choice or having made a wrong choice. And then as you do that, you become more aware of what your heart's desire is, what it is that your heart is drawing you to. That fear is going to disappear, and you're going to be able to more clearly move toward this Two of Cups energy. This could literally be anything. It's not always a relationship. So I'm putting that out there for everybody who's like, oh, relationship. It absolutely could be, but it absolutely could be anything else that is like a gift. It's like receiving a gift, or balancing, or matching. It's a matching, coming together of you and another person, you and a purpose, you and a job, you and a group of people. And the purpose is always toward emotional fulfillment with the cups. Relax and let it come in. Do not try to control it. Release your doubts, fears, and anxieties. Release the feeling of not being good enough. Release the feeling that you don't deserve it, or that it never happens to you, right? Because it does happen to you. Something significant by the 18th or 19th. It could be any other moon phase like this, but the next one is the 18th or 19th of June. And this is a weekly reading, so we're talking about the following week. All right, let's get some more information here. Allowing things to happen in divine timing, not being afraid, taking a step back, allowing it to flow. That's part one. I just heard eclipse. This is a new moon, but I just heard eclipse. So this is going to be talking probably about preparing for eclipse period. Let's see what else is going to come up here. And it's actually a solar eclipse that's coming up. So, and that is what I was feeling here, even though these are lunar cards. Okay. Something is emotionally overwhelming to you right now, like with the Knight of Cups. You are wanting to do something, wanting to make some kind of move on the emotional level because it's getting overwhelming for you. There is a big release that's coming in with this eclipse relating to this emotional overwhelm. I feel it really, like it's actually kind of feeling like it's choking me. It feels like it's strangling me. Whatever this emotional thing is that you like, it's like you want to get it off your chest. There's a lot of fear related to this. Okay, it's almost like there's so much at stake. This is the Ten of Cups here. This is all of your bliss and happiness. And I feel like there's this desire to communicate something or bring something forth to someone or in some situation regarding everything that you ever wanted in your life, okay? So that's maybe why it feels so heavy, or so much like it's like strangling me, or it's like I want to get it off my chest, whatever it is. There is literally a sense of grief. I really feel like that grief involves a fear of this never happening, or a fear of this not being possible for you. And that, I feel like, came up here, where you need to like release that fear that this stuff never happens to you, or like you never get anything good, or everything falls apart for you, or whatever. It doesn't. And this, I feel like there's this solar eclipse coming up, and we need to prepare for the changes that's bringing in by loosening up those feelings of never being good enough, okay? Loosening up those feelings of not deserving. Because you do deserve. Every single person on this planet deserves this Ten of Cups. Doesn't matter like what you think you did, or where you think you are in life, or whatever. You might need to go through certain steps of healing in order to align your energy to this Ten of Cups, but there's no one on this planet that doesn't deserve that. You just might need to go through a certain healing, releasing, balancing, judgment, justice process to get there. And okay, so you're going to hit that with this eclipse, a solar eclipse. I know when that is. When is that? That's July 2nd. I feel that this is talking, though, about preparing the way for that, allowing the loosening up of all those feelings. They're showing me like coughing up phlegm, like as if this feeling of insecurity, of fear, of not being enough, all that stuff is like the phlegm in your chest. And you want to be coughing that up. metaphorically. What else? Truth. Ace of Swords. This is the truth coming through. So you're getting really clear. Allow that truth of what it is that you are, or what this Two of Cups is, or what this 10 and this 2 are, right? The 2 is the first, well, it's not the first step. It's literally the second step because it's 2. But this is the first time you're pairing your cups with another, and it's on the way to the 10. The 10 is the culmination of that bliss, and so it's like important to know, or at least feel, because we're talking about cups. So feel what that is. Does it require certain things are going to go away? Like you get the swords, you know there's going to be cutting away from something. Certain things are going to be changing, but it's going to be in the favor of justice, of balancing, right? With the swords, justice and balancing. The truth coming through, the truth coming out. Whatever this heavy thing is on your heart, that coming out, or at least allowing it to loosen up, to begin to come out. I'm really hearing there's this huge transitional energy. It's coming in now. We just need to allow it to do the work of breaking up the phlegm. Okay? I would be so mad if they gave me this cold just so I could give you that analogy. Yeah, like with this came up earlier, the 4 of Swords. I feel like it's that rest period where you just allow the energy to come in and do its work of breaking up the phlegm, of clearing, so that you can be on the way, on the path, knowing what to expect, allowing this next set of, this next, like, I'm hearing session, the next session of your life. Almost like it's a session of court. It's a session of balancing and like clearing and justice being done. Allowing that to come through. Because what you allow, right? If you allow this balance to occur, then you're opening up the pathway to get to this 10 of Cups, this reward, right? This bliss, this most desired, most wanted of situations of fulfillment. I hate the word desire. I feel like it comes with so many like negative connotations. But in truth, there's nothing wrong with wanting happiness. And that's what this is about. Okay? You're setting the stage to pull that in by allowing these energies to do their work, by stepping back and not... I'm hearing that the meddling that most of you are doing is mental. That every time you obsess fearfully over something, you're actually throwing roadblocks in the way. You're creating these swords in the way of things actually coming to fruition, right? So you gotta stop that. Take time out, meditate, whatever it is, pull your mental functions out of the way so that you're no longer forcing your own, you're actually forcing your own mental roadblocks into a situation. It's literally exactly what you don't want to do. All right, let's get some more information. Queen of Cups, right? Unconditional love. That's your advice, they just said. Focus on this unconditional love. And this is, most importantly, I know you're sick of hearing this, but please just hear me out again. Most importantly, this is unconditional love of self. Because if you're not doing that, there's no way you can appropriately connect to another individual. Those individuals can come into your life and they might be serving a purpose. They might be teaching you lessons. They might be catalyzing energies for you. They might be doing all kinds of things, but you're not connecting to them in an authentic way until you have that connection for yourself. It's like you're trying to, if you want to get cable TV, you have to set up the cable line first, right? That's literally how they're showing this to me. So sorry for my imagery. This is setting up that cable line when you have that unconditional love for yourself. If you don't have it, whatever it is you're trying to like do outside of yourself is not fully authentic. I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm not saying that, you know, it's not worth your time or whatever. It's not in its full authenticity until you have the cable line set up to yourself, okay? Why do I sound so mad right now? Probably because I need to hear this. Okay. That is your advice. Make sure you are focusing in on that unconditional love and let all this other fear shit go. That unconditional love is going to create the stability, going to create the four walls within which you are going to be able to develop this fulfillment on the emotional plane and on the physical plane. Okay? For a lot of you, this represents a relationship. I mean, it's certainly backed up by the Two of Cups popping here. But for others of you, this is other stuff. And there's an honesty that you need to speak to yourself right now about this unconditional love. And you may be feeling this connection to another person or a situation. You know, I'm like literally thinking about maybe you're feeling pulled in the direction of moving somewhere or building a house somewhere, or like doing something with your home. I'm saying all that because this reading started with the Four of Wands, and that can be any of those things. A relationship, anything that has to do with building peace and harmony, okay? And I need you, that heavy feeling right in here is pointing you to the truth that you may be denying right now, whatever that truth is for you, okay? And I only feel it's being denied because of, well, first of all, because of the fear that came in, but also because of that heavy, heavy feeling of needing to get something off my chest and communicate something, okay? And so this is not negative. This is just saying that there is this heavy burden that needs to be released in some way so that you can acknowledge in its fullness this incredible amount of unconditional love for yourself, for another person, for a situation, this pull towards something, okay? So it's all coming down in stages. So happening this week, getting prepared for it, something happening around the 18th and 19th of June, and then whatever period, I mean, we'll do more readings before then, but then that eclipse being very significant on July 2nd. It's also possible new moon falls around there too, actually. All right, anything else? Anything else before we close? Yeah. Everything is being turned around here. Again, they're referencing the eclipse again. So just assume that you're getting a restart by the eclipse season. Once that starts on July 2nd, and this is your restart, your Fool card. All of this work, though, is internal. So do not, for any of the stuff that I've just talked about, do not look outside yourself for it. Look inside yourself for the answers. It does not reside with any other person, anything, any situation. The answers are all within you. And that's providing the setup for the changes that are taking place to lead you to this Ten of Cups. Okay? This is huge transformational stuff. And then what this Ten of Cups is for everybody, I'm being reminded to say, is different. But it's like, it's your birthright. This is almost talking about your birthright. What it is that you are here to grasp onto. What is your fulfillment in this lifetime. And so we're in a very important time right now. Like, if you are awake enough to be watching this video, then, and this is resonating with you, because of course it may not resonate for everyone, but you're here to, I'm just hearing grab the brass ring. And for some reason they're pointing me to this card. This is grabbing the brass ring, making that match. Okay? It's coming. Whatever it is for you is coming through. And there are some potent steps coming up. I'm going to be doing a reading on the full moon in Sagittarius coming up soon. I do feel like that's important there's this expanding of this huge expansion of truth. And I'm continuing to feel the feeling of this punching through of this new energy. So whether it's through the atmosphere, through your external blockages, whatever it is, it's punching through, and we just need to allow it to do its work, okay? Everybody, it could be just me, but I feel like everybody's energy is really kind of like churned up right now. There was a purpose to that, and they're reminding me about how everybody felt yesterday with the depression and the anxiety and the grief that was coming up. That was serving to churn it, and this energy is going to be able to break it loose again, like breaking up phlegm when you're coughing, and clearing an illness. Okay, so do know that whatever it is that you're going through is an important part of receiving the healing that is coming in for you this week. Okay, and that this week is kind of a transitional week. You might not see a culmination of any of these energies within this week, but you will see it within the next 2 weeks, and within the next 10 days, 2 weeks to 4 weeks, I'm hearing too. So whatever is in 4 weeks. Just ride the wave, okay? Allow it to come through, allow the baby steps to work their way through, and keep an open heart, open mind, unconditionally loving toward yourself, and allow that unconditional love from Source Creator come through to you, because that is so important to creating that stable, clear, communicative bond with the higher dimensions, okay? That's how you're going to receive that information, that guidance, that stability, that grounding, okay? All right, I hope this is helpful, guys. I would love to know if this is helpful for you, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I appreciate you all so much, okay? Bye. Talk to you later.